Our next topic is how to ace job interviews and land your dream job. So, preparing for a job interview can definitely be nerve wracking, but there's actions that you can take to improve your chances of really acing that interview. Preparing for a job interview can definitely be nerve wracking, but there's definitely actions that you can take to improve your chances of acing an interview. So definitely you want to research the company and the position. This research will definitely help you show that you're not only serious but also differentiate yourself from other candidates. And it'll help you tailor your answers to best demonstrate your experience and qualifications. Maintain a copy of the job description and your resume readily available. Making them readily available allows you to skim them and get some main ideas from the job description that you can use within your interview. And definitely focus on your answers or things that would best communicate that you are a great fit for that role. Just because it is available, you do not have to use the job description and the resume within the interview itself. Instead, you only need to refer back to it when it's an emergency or to show that you're very proactive and that you have it with you. You'll definitely want to dress professionally in a nice top or business jacket. Make sure your appearance is very neat and organized. It's better to be overdressed versus underdressed. Arrive on time and plan to arrive at the interview location at least 10 minutes early to prepare. Ensure that you maintain a confident, positive body language and personality as you await for the interview because it will only affect how you are within the interview itself. Definitely be friendly, enthusiastic, and positive. Greet the interviewer with a smile and a wave or a firm handshake. Do not be afraid to tell a quick story as it may set you aside from other candidates. And this story can also help show your personality, your values, and your enthusiasm. Remember to stay calm and focused and confident during the interview. Emphasize your strengths and accomplishments and prepare for the interview to demonstrate your interests and your enthusiasm for the position. Maintain open, confident body language. And you can do this by waving hello and just maintain your hands on the table or visible. And you can also maintain smiling, neutral eyes and lips instead of a frown. And definitely ensure that your shoulders are back and you are personable and really are enjoying yourself within the interview. Eye contact is definitely a good thing, but you don't have to have 100% eye contact the whole time. You definitely can look away at times because it really shows a more real situation. You will want to listen intently. Listen carefully to each question and do not be afraid to ask them to repeat a question. Take notes. Taking notes shows that you really care what the other person is saying, and it shows that you are prepared with a paper and pen. It also shows that you're a high achiever, and it provides a perception that you're very highly academic with a large technical knowledge base. You'll definitely want to show up and be able to take notes within your interviews. Research and practice common interview questions. Definitely, this can help you be prepared and confident within the interview. And so, different questions that you'll want to look into are: why do you want to work here? What makes you a good candidate for this role? What is a conflict that you had at work and how did you overcome it? What are your weaknesses? What are your strengths? How would you deal with difficult coworkers or clients? These are some of the hardest common questions. Be sure to not get extremely personal. When applicable, definitely answer with a negative that can be looked at as a positive, unless you have a more preferred response. I say my weakness is having a high attention to detail. While it helps me complete quality detailed work, I often have to focus on not letting this impact timelines. When they ask, tell me about yourself, definitely summarize your experience in about 30 seconds and tie it back to the position. Focus on the aspects of your background that make you an asset for the company. Explain why you are unique and why your background is a great fit for. They do not want to hear your entire life story within this question. They want to know you have emotional intelligence, to know they want to hear about your degree, your jobs, and your skills that will help you excel in their specific role. Emphasize your strengths and achievements. Focus on your strengths and achievements and how they are a great fit for the position that you're applying for. Mention your degrees, jobs, certifications, and trainings that will help distinguish you against other candidates that they may be interviewing. It is definitely important to ask thoughtful questions. The questions that you're asking will show that you are interested and also intelligent, and you'll definitely want to be sure to ask questions within your interview. It is literally a requirement that you ask questions within each interview. Common questions that I usually ask include, what is your hourly rate? Is this a permanent role? Is this position an office, hybrid, or remote position? Tell me about what you're looking for and what are your expectations for the person that you're looking to hire? Are there certain credentials or experiences that you're looking for within a candidate? Notice that HR questions and technical questions are both listed within my list. Both are fine to ask, although I personally ask the HR questions at the end of interview or after they love you or within the second or third interview. I always ask questions to gain more information and let them do most of the talking. It is a requirement in my eyes for you to ask questions and also gain insight into what they are looking for, because then you can best answer each question. Gain an email address and phone number for the interviewer. You'll definitely want to be in contact with them after the interview, and one of the biggest mistakes you can do is not getting their contact information. By getting the contact information, you can also send a follow-up email that thanks them for their time, and this thank you email can set you aside from other candidates as well. It also allows you to check the status of your interview and job application. Connect on social media. This is optional. You can request to connect with other interviewers on social media or professional network sites. If you don't get offered the job, you can still make a valuable professional connection. Be sure to shake hands or wave goodbye at the end of the interview. This can make you more personable and approachable. Email the interviewers to say thank you for their time and emphasize your interest in the job and make the email personalized. Explain that you're truly enjoying learning about their company because of X, Y, and Z, and you cannot wait to learn next steps for the job interview process. Definitely follow up with the job interviewers or recruiter. After the interview, send a thank you note or email to the interviewer to express appreciation for the opportunity to reiterate your interest in the job as well. Express your appreciation for the opportunity to interview with the interviewers and reiterate your interest in the job position. You'll definitely want to practice interviewing. There are sites and apps that allow you to perform interviews online, and they also give you feedback. For a job offer, when you receive a job offer, this is your opportunity to negotiate pay. You should avoid negotiating pay before this because you have not caught them wanting you yet. They have not caught interest in you, and they don't really appreciate and value your resume and your credentials quite yet until they've literally provided you a job offer. You really have no ability to negotiate anything. So make sure you do most of your negotiating when you have the offer in hand. Prior to having the job offer in hand, you should be marketing yourself to the employer and trying to catch their eye and distinguish yourself a better candidate against other candidates that they may be interviewing. You can definitely lose out on an opportunity if you're negotiating pay too early or too high within the interview process before they really have truly learned to want you as an employee. But when they know your value and they've provided you an offer, they're definitely going to be more apt to say yes to a higher pay rate. You'll definitely want to walk into the interview confidently and ask the interviewers questions. I definitely had a very entertaining job experience where I landed a position third from the top, where I literally had no clue what the job description was, and I literally went through the entire interview not knowing what job they were even talking about. And not only that, this position was third from the top, and it was in a California agency. And not only did I land that job, but it's absolutely crazy that I was ill prepared, didn't even know what job they were talking about. But the reason why I aced the interview is, first of all, I have great credentials. And second of all, I started the interview asking questions. They would ask me questions in an interview because that is what an interview is. But if you start the interview asking questions, you get to know what they're looking for, and then you're able to tie that back to your resume. So it is definitely a mistake to not ask questions early on within the interview, because if you're asking questions and getting the understanding of what are they looking for early on, then you can better answer every question and dial it back to your resume more easily. And so because I was able to understand what they wanted early on within the interviewing by asking them questions early on, I was better able to answer the questions and really explain my resume as being a great fit for them. And I literally landed the job. It did take actually three job interviews, and again, the first interview I was completely ill prepared. Entertainingly, I actually was interviewing for the wrong position because I apparently applied for two separate ones for that agency. And so I entered this interview basically asking, "Oh, you're looking for this job title, and what are you looking for exactly?" "Oh, okay." And then I answered all the questions in particular to that job description. And I actually landed not just a very high ranking role, but also a very high paying role. It was my highest hourly rate that I've ever received, and I was able to work in that role for a while. And it was a great opportunity that I wouldn't have had if I hadn't been good at interviewing. Having the great emotional intelligence to walk into an interview and really display and market your resume well is really priceless. you can land a better pay, a better job, and a better position, better benefits, etc. So definitely put the time into practicing your interviews and really researching, how to be the best within your job interviews because it could really be priceless and affect your entire career and life. And so I would say go into your interviews, calm and confident and just simply have fun. Because when you show your personality within your interview and you show your values, I think that is most important. And when you show that you have credentials and that you are hardworking, that's literally what they're looking for. They see your resume. What they're looking for in the interview is to see your personality and how you communicate your credentials, and they really want you to tie your credentials back to the job description. And so really get to understand what they want and communicate that within the interview, and you will do a great job within that interview. Well, thank you so much and good luck.